Hi guys, it's Elle. So I got some questions recently. I wrote them down in my little book. Answer them here. Okay. What do I do to get over writer's block? I kind of kick my own ass. I kind of go and say, okay, you've had this idea for 3 or 4 months. You have to write it. And then if it fails and it totally sucks, then I just save that draft and I come back to it and I pick out pieces that I like. Like, that sentence really works, so I'm going to use that later. I do things that I find inspirational, so I listen to a lot of music that I like, a lot of lyrical music. Death Cab for Cutie, Manchester Orchestra is really good for this. I also watch movies that I really love. I just watched An American in Paris with Gene Kelly from I think like the late 50s, early 60s, and that movie was amazing. I love musicals. Ways to cope with stress. That was another question I got. So, well, I do stuff like this. I come and sit outside where it's like really easy to kind of like just kind of clear my mind. I exercise a lot, hey. Exercising is really good because it fills your body with natural endorphins that like give you like a natural body high, and it's really peaceful, and you get a lot of that anxiety and stress out of your body. Also, I watch TV. That's really fun. My grandmother loves the show Friends. And honestly, if I can get her to laugh, like, that is, like, the best feeling in the world, to get my grandmother to laugh. So, I used to watch Friends with her every day after school. That headbutt approach is good, but it's also really stressful because some of the things, like my visa, I can attack it head on, but it's still going to take a lot of time to do. I mean, it's still like a process. So it's like you got to compartmentalize and figure out, okay, this is what I'm going to be worried about today, and then just put everything else to rest for a little bit. Do I have a favorite color? I love the color turquoise. I like the color lavender, poppy orange. Yep. What orientation are you? I get this question a lot. I don't really identify as an orientation. Probably bisexual, but I don't know. I just kind of like what I like. I'm not really I don't really date people, so I guess maybe that even excludes me from that. But some people I really find aesthetically pleasing, and it doesn't really matter to me whether it's a girl or a boy until it's like an afterthought. But yeah. 4 turn-ons. Nice eyebrows on women. I don't really like that groomed arch thing going on with men. It's kind of weird. With men, I really like hairy men. Don't like hairy chests, don't like hairy backs, but like hairy legs, hairy armpits. It's kind of gross, but I really like it. I don't like men who groom a lot. I think I don't know. I don't really groom a lot, if I'm going to be honest. Probably shave my legs in the next few days, but I don't want to. So, I really like slender men, and I really like curvy women. So, yeah. How old am I? I'm 18 years old. Is L short for anything? Yes. L is short for Eleanor, which is actually my middle name. My first name is Margaret. But, what is the last book I read? God of Small Things, which I can't remember the author, but it was really good. And right now I'm reading a book called Before I Fall, which is a young adult novel, but I feel like it'll go well. Right now the character is very purposely an asshole, which I kind of like. I don't like those characters that are really oblivious to things around them. I like self-aware characters, so I hope it's going well. Favorite holiday? Halloween is my favorite. How do I overcome the feeling of insecurity about my weight? Well, honestly, I stopped looking at images of women who were over photoshopped, very thin, and honestly picture perfect, because those women who are models and celebrities, they are groomed to look good. They have really nice haircuts, they have really nice spray tans, they have really nice trainers. I mean, nice as in expensive, maybe not kind, but expensive. They can afford clothes that are tailored to their bodies, and I realized that is just not realistic to hold myself to their standard. It really isn't, because you know what, everyone looks different, and I think we should embrace that. There's nothing wrong with having bushy eyebrows, or lots of freckles, or a tummy. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, and we're so convinced that there's something so wrong with it. And I just have to remind myself, it's like, I'm better than that. I'm better than what a magazine is telling me. They think they can tell me those things, but they actually really can't. It's me. If I want to absorb that information, then I can, but you don't have to. So, it's kind of a long-winded answer, but that's how I get over my insecurity about weight, I guess. I just tell them to fuck off, basically. What am I most nervous about in London? Probably, well, my school is a bit of, it's a small school. I've heard from my roommate who's already visited the school that it's a party school, and it's also a pretty wealthy school, so that's pretty nerve-wracking, because I come from pretty humble, beginnings, I guess. I've had a job since I was 15, and I've worked for everything that I own. Well, I mean, besides food in my house. My parents were pretty big on not being materialistic about anything, and so I grew up that way. I do like shopping, I do like clothes, but I've always worked for all that. I'd go to work after school every day, and I think a lot of the people that I might go to school with, they're going to be able to go to France for the weekend, and they're going to be able to go, go shopping in central London, and I'm just not going to be able to do those things. So I think that's a little nerve-wracking, just being in a different social and economic group than I usually am used to. I mean, I'm not ashamed of being how I am. I'm actually really proud of being able to work for everything that I have, but it's still really intimidating sometimes, I'm also going by myself, and everyone else I think is pretty much going with their parents, and my parents can't afford to come with me, so I'll probably be freaking out all over the internet. So if you guys have any tips about flying or layovers or what I should do, or if I should sleep, because I don't know. So I get to London at 10 a.m. the next day, and I go straight into orientation. So not really able to sleep off any jet lag that I have, which is kind of nerve-wracking because it's a 10-hour flight. How do my parents feel about London? My mom was pretty excited. She was, really gung-ho. My mom's a big, dream big kind of person. She doesn't really think about consequences or anything. She's just big on, follow your heart, conquer your dreams, fuck the police. She just wants to do, she's, really into that, My dad was definitely why don't you want to go to the state school? The state school is really nice. You could get a lot of stuff at the state school. It's so much cheaper. And I was like, I don't want to go to the state school. Half my high school is going to two of the state schools. It's I don't want to be with a bunch of people that I was just with for 12 years, all through my public education. And then my school came, and they're like, apply for us. We see that you fit our student demographic. So I was then I just got really interested and hooked, and I was like, I have to go. This is my calling. I have to. And my dad, it took a long time for him to really warm up to it. I think secretly, he's not really big on feelings, but I think secretly he didn't want me to go so far. I don't think he think I could handle it, but I'm really ambitious, really competitive. And, I'll get over it, I will miss my parents, and I will definitely miss my sister and my grandmother, but they're pretty supportive. I mean, I think their support means a lot more than their money does, if they had it, they could be paying my whole way for college, but if they didn't really believe that I could do it, then it really wouldn't mean that much. It'd certainly be nice, but it wouldn't mean as much, I don't think. So, have I read May You Enjoy Your New Life? Yes, I have been reading it. I missed the first 7 chapters, and then I read them all in progression, and I was up to 5 in the morning, and then I've been reading it ever since. For you, V, here's my big whopping comment. I think this story is beyond amazing, and this is why I think it's amazing, because it feels almost like your beloved TV show. Every week, you look forward to that TV show. You're like, oh man, I have to reserve that slot for when I can see my favorite TV show. It comforts you. It's like you come home to it. You know what I mean? It's just you had this amazing build up to this great huge story that you were proposing to write, and then it totally fulfilled every expectation that I have. It is just so wonderful. The characters are people that I would fall in love with, as if you're Friends or Seinfeld. You just follow these characters and you expect them, and you kind of predict what they're going to do, and you root for them, and you're just excited for them, and you just want them to succeed, and I'm totally enamored with it, and I'm one of your biggest fans, and so I hope this suffices. I will probably leave a huge sobbing comment for the last chapter, and you know that I support everything that you do, and I support everything that you have done so far, and I'm so excited for you to self-publish because I think that is amazing and really brave, you know, and I think I already know that you're so intelligent, and you've opened my eyes to so many things that go on in American society that I didn't even realize about, you know, so definitely I have read May You Enjoy Your New Life, and I love it. So thanks for all your questions. I hope this wasn't weird. Also, you got to see my cat, who is just like the coolest guy in the world. I will be leaving to London in 8 days, so I will probably talk to you guys then. Anyways, bye guys.